Finding Our Heart, a story about the Uluru Statement for Young Australians by Thomas Mayer and illustrations by Blak Douglas. We live in a big, beautiful country, and we come from many different parts of the world. Together, our nation is called Australia. Before this place was called Australia, we Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people were here for thousands and thousands of years. We cared for our country, the plants and the animals. We sang, we danced, we worked, we learnt, we shared. We were the first to bake bread, and we invented many ways to live with the land. We have the oldest living culture on the planet. When Captain Cook arrived, our way of life changed and we were treated badly and ignored. So we protested and we asked all Australians to listen to us because we know our country, because our country is sad and we need to find our nation's heart to make it better. The Prime Minister, the leader of all Australians, asked us, how do we find the heart of our nation? So with many other Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people from all points of the southern sky, we showed the Prime Minister how to find the heart of the nation. We started with the truth. The heart of the nation did not come with the ships. It did not grow on the farms. The explorers couldn't find it, though they searched far and wide. It wasn't in the banks or in the ground, or in the big cities, and it wasn't in the rule book. Where is the heart of the nation? The heart of the nation has always been right here, and here in our voices. When we all came together at Uluru, we invited all Australian people to accept our voice and our culture as a gift. We invited everyone to listen to our heart in our songs, see our heart in our dances, learn where our heart is from our stories and languages, and how we have cared for our environment. We will only find the heart of our nation and make our country better when the First Nations voices are heard. Will you help find the heart of our nation? What you need to know about the Uluru Statement from the Heart. More than 250 years ago, Captain Cook landed in what we now call Australia. When he arrived on his ship, the Endeavour, there were many Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander nations. They are called First Nations because they were here before Captain Cook's ship. First Nations people or Indigenous people have lived in and cared for Australia for more than 60,000 years. They survived 2 ice ages, they cared for the land and the animals, and are the longest continuous culture in the world. Captain Cook took all the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander lands and gave them to Britain. When the lands of the First Nations were renamed Australia, the Indigenous people were not included in the discussion on how we work together as a country. They were ignored and treated badly. In 2017, Indigenous people from all around the country met at Uluru for a very special meeting. They had big talks and they wrote the Uluru Statement from the Heart. This document explains to all Australians how we can find our heart. The Uluru Statement from the Heart suggests that First Nations people should have a voice and we should have a treaty and truth. A voice is a way for First Nations people to talk to Australia. Our hope is for it to be added to the Constitution, because the Constitution is Australia's rule book, and if the voice is in the rules, it will always be there to help decide what happens in this country. A treaty is an agreement because we all need to agree how we can live together. The truth is so we all know what has happened, so we never lose our heart again. Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people would like you to share the Uluru Statement from the Heart so that together we can find Australia's heart, our heart.